As in all sports, the pros are an important part of the game. Their abilities and the inspiration they provide to younger players helps the growth of the sport. And while the professionals govern their own organization, it's the American Amateur Racquetball Association, better known as the AARA, who provides the leadership and direction to the millions of amateur players across the country. The AARA was derived from the International Racquetball Association. It was in 1978 when the name was changed to American Amateur Racquetball Association. To understand the drive and vision of the AARA is to understand its executive director, Luc St. Onge. St. Onge has headed the association since 1978, and under his direction, amateur racquetball has grown and solidified its position in the sports world. Truly a legend of the sport in his own right, it has been through his efforts that a once struggling association is now strong and growing, and an active member of the U.S. Olympic Committee.
A lot of people say, why are we spending all this time going after the Olympic movement and all that? Number one, it gives the athletes, everyone, a secondary purpose to all of this, that we can be a part of something much larger than just racquetball in the Olympic movement. And then secondly, it gives us the greatest sponsorship you could ever have. The industry obviously cannot support mass numbers of dollars for grassroots development. That's really not what their business is all about. That's what we're about. And with the type of growth that's currently going on with the United States Olympic Committee, those monies coming back to us as a national governing body under the Amateur Sports Act has allowed us to change our scope in the last 3 years triple-fold, 100-fold, and our ability now to relate and develop grassroots programs in the United States couldn't be done before. There was no money. We had a lot of will, a lot of caring, but that only goes so far. Now we have the backing, and with the best people in the sport, applying those programs out in the field.
Thanks to Luc's tireless efforts, racquetball will hopefully be a part of the Olympics by the turn of the century. The game has already made huge inroads as a full medal sport at the Olympic Festival, with members of the national team in a high-profile position, playing and traveling internationally.
The U.S. team has also been our biggest marketing tool outside our own industry. And it's also given a tremendous goal for a lot of our juniors. Our juniors identify with the U.S. team, and we're the USA, and they're very, very excited about that opportunity.
The growth of racquetball isn't unique to the United States. In fact, its future will be enhanced by the sport's growth internationally, which at this point looks very promising.
We see the future of the sport could not be better. Of course, maybe I'm supposed to say that, but in reality, we see it couldn't be better. Currently, on a worldwide basis, is now being competed in 86 countries. That's a phenomenal thing. There's right now 16 courts being built in Turkey, 8 courts outside Istanbul, and 16 inside Istanbul. Cuba is building 15, will have them built by the end of December. And people see that racquetball has the 3 basic qualities. One, it's an awful lot of fun. It's a lifetime sport, and it's highly competitive at whatever level you want to take it to. And these 3 qualities have allowed it to expand to what it is in just a short period of its existence. In 25 years, you're a baby in sport. What's happening with us, it didn't happen to tennis for almost 75 to 80 years.
However, while the sport grows internationally, one of the premier events in all of racquetball remains here in the United States, the Nationals.
The Nationals are very, very unique in that legends of the sport are here playing in all age groups. Anyone has any sense of the history of our game, there are basically most of those people are still playing. You read yearly in the magazine about certain players, and here you're standing right next to them on a court. The court configuration is such that you can stand in the middle and watch 5 matches going on at one time. It's a happening. It's a happening in racquetball.
Mr. Trozzi to the scorer's table. Need a referee for a men's 75 match.
And what court are we?
So you are on court 12. Who's doing fun and company?
How you doing?
Feeling tired.
Hi, Glenn.
It's already done, but you want Halation and O'Brien?
What was the score of the Sweeney match?
15-10.
15-10, 15-2? 7-2. 8-2.
That's a pretty good match you went on there.
What happened? Who?
Gary get you got 7 in. Let's go at first. Second one was good.
Wow.
Someone from Hawaii, please come up to the scores table. Seneca, please come up to the scores table.
You gonna go down this afternoon for that television?
That'll be just tell them we'll play this, let's ask if we play this in the morning.
All right. Wealthy is on 12.
Hey, Mel. First time I've seen you without your warm-up.
Yeah.
First time ever.
Jim Smith
You know what we'd like to do?
and Tom Jones.
Luc St. Onge has certainly laid the groundwork of an enviable legacy and a limitless future. Yet, he still turns all of the attention back to the sport and to the people who share his love for the game.
Without question, that our people are the best. I have the opportunity to interface with 41 other sports organizations. I have the opportunity to exist in other nonprofit organizations, watch what happens elsewhere. I think our dedication of our people is very, very unique. People wanting to put something back into it, and not just saying it, doing it. And someone coming up and saying, you know, racquetball changed my life. I was going nowhere. I found something that's so important to me, and that's kind of neat.
From its modest roots 25 years ago, racquetball has risen to become one of the world's leading racket sports. From club owners and manufacturers to pros and recreational players, each has had a significant role in this young sport's success. But as this sport continues to mature and grow, it's important to remember pioneers like Sobek and Kendler, the efforts of Luc St. Onge, and the great champions like Brumfield, Stenning, Hogan, Yellen, and the remarkable Lynn Adams. It's been an unforgettable 25 years. We hope you've enjoyed our special tribute to the sport of racquetball. Karen, Charlie, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Gene.
It's been fun.
Indeed, we certainly have enjoyed reliving the first 25 years with you. For Karen McKinney, Charlie Garfinkel, and all of us here at Racquetball Video Magazine, I'm Gene Levanchi. Thanks for joining us as we all look forward to the next exciting quarter century of racquetball.
Charlie Brumfield is a player that was not as fast, not as strong, didn't have as good endurance, didn't have as good as shots, but figured out a way to win and won more matches than he should have, and for that he's proud. I'd like to be remembered as Ty Cobb was. Best that you not be looking back when I'm hitting to the right corner.
I enjoy all of the benefits and the rewards that I've gotten out of racquetball. I've certainly put my fair share back into the game, and there's no reason to hang around longer than I really should be or deserve to be. And I would feel that would almost take away from what I've accomplished in the game to say that Yellen stayed around until he was 37 or 38 or 40 years old, but for the last 10 years of his career, he was really a non-factor. Why ruin the good thing that I've established and built up for 15 years, and I just have no interest in doing that.
I mean, the person that I am today is a direct reflection of all of those years of experiences put together. I mean, I've had 13 years, almost 14 years of racquetball, that has been so much of how I've learned about my life and how I want to live and the kind of person I want to be. And now that part is over, and now I get to go live all the things that I've learned. Not that I'm going to stop learning, but that has been my school.
I could look back there and I could see the absolute fear in my opponent's eyes. You know, I could see, I could see that, feel it, sense it, and know it better than I knew them better than they knew themselves when it came to competing on a racquetball court, which just gave me just an incredible advantage because I never, ever had a loss of confidence of doing anything I wanted to when I was on that racquetball court. When I was playing against anybody, there was nobody who ever stood a chance. It was just a matter of how bad I was going to beat them. And that was my whole thought. It was that winning and losing was never an issue. It was how bad I was going to beat my opponent.